And here is a quick list of the simple equipment that I used. A sealed container. I use plastic so that it's less easy to break. Pads, these are for furniture to act as spacers, insulators. Stainless steel bowls. And ideally 7 of them to give enough plates to keep the voltage around 2 volts. It's important to add neutrals in between the positive and negative so that we reduce the overall voltage and we don't generate more heat. Also, it's a waste of time using high voltage and a lot of current flow because it makes no difference or minimal difference to HO production. I also used cable ties to hold the plates together when they were stacked, and also pipe connectors to give an outlet for the gas when it's produced. The idea is to stack the stainless steel bowls together to make individual plates like this. And first of all, you need to sand the bowls down to rough up the surface area to increase surface area and help the electrolysis process. Now that the stainless steel plates or bowls have been sanded, I'm going to cut out these sections so that they can be stuck to the bowls to add as separators, insulators, so that the bowls do not touch each other and then become separate plates when stacked together. It's actually important to make sure that these bowls actually are stacked equally and the sections aren't closer to one bowl than the other, because electricity will take the least path of resistance between plates. So if the spaces aren't equal, then you'll just get a lot of current flow on the closest points and the rest of the plate is wasted. In the future, it might be an idea to use something more solid than these rubber pieces to keep these distances equal throughout the stack of plates. I ended up with something that looks like this: positive and negative top and bottom, and then 5 neutral plates in between. I then stripped a piece of wire and then stuck it to one of the pads, which I then attached to one of the cups. When I push the cups together, this will push the bared wire tightly against the stainless steel cup and give me one of my negative or positive plates, depending on which way I wire it to the battery. And now this is the top plate. Again, same situation, but stick it to the outside and then press it together. Gives a good firm connection. Ideally, I would drill through these and use a plastic nut and bolt to screw these together, but being as I'm not using any technical equipment, I use some lock ties to hold everything in tight, which seemed to work pretty well. I put a pad on the bottom to stop any wear and tear on the plastic container, and then drop the lot into the plastic container so that I can fill it with water, connect the connections and bubble away. Bear in mind that this, in my view, is half a cell. There should be a negative on top and bottom and a positive in the middle. At the moment, half of it's not being used as it should, but I want to try out these bowls to see if they actually work. And now to the ceiling top. I need to let the gases out the top via a pipe, and so I heated this outlet up, melted a hole through it and screwed it into the top so that it made a nice neat hole, the perfect size. This was done in the interest of not using any special equipment. A couple of washers either side and some glue to seal it all up. It would be good to use rubber sealing rings to seal this properly rather than glue, but I happen to have some washers and I put a backing thread on there just to hold everything up tight. Hopefully it will seal well. I made a small hole for the wire connections using a knife, which I will seal with a glue gun once they've poked the wires through. Okay, with that all done, I just need to mix some baking soda with the water. The baking soda helps conductivity of the water to produce electrolysis. Fill it up with water, 2 tablespoons, and a small bucket to bubble the output into. There's the hookup. It's by a motorbike just so that I can use the 12-volt battery. And after connecting the battery, this is what started to happen. Not too bad. It turns out that the cheap tub I was using, the top didn't seal, so there's a stone sitting on the top of it to try and close the gap so that I get some bubbles out. And here's the gas finally escaping as it should. And naturally we have to prove it's hydrogen by igniting it. So what have we learned? It's super easy to build this, a few bits and pieces, but nothing much, no special equipment whatsoever. The bowls seem to work very well, so I need to double this up to make it a full double cell to get full production out of it, which I shall do in part 2, and then hopefully we'll try and run a motorbike on it. Have fun, stay clever. See you for part 2.